Today, I'm going to show you how to make super smooth Nitro Cold Brew coffee. We'll take a look at the equipment you need, the best type of coffee to use, and I'll even throw in a bonus recipe at the end. Let's make some pretend beer. Nitro Cold Brew sounds complicated, but in reality, it's pretty simple. We start by brewing coffee in cold water, and then we charge it up with nitrogen gas. Really simple. The end result is a super smooth iced coffee with the cascading texture of a stout beer. The fine bubbles of nitrogen gas give the cold brew coffee a creamy taste and texture without adding milk, and I guess it looks pretty cool too. To make it, we'll first need to make some cold brew coffee, and then we'll need some equipment to charge the cold brew with nitrogen. I'll show you two different devices that are very quick and easy to set up. One suited for home and the other suited for serving on tap, like in a cafe. Before we get to those, let's quickly talk about the best way to cold brew the coffee for Nitro. Normally when we make cold brew coffee, we brew it as a concentrate. Brewing a concentrate is great when you want to mix it with milk or use the cold brew as the base ingredient for another drink. However, in this case, we're going to be drinking it straight. So for this purpose, I find you get better results using a cold brew ratio of 1 part coffee to 12 parts water, but feel free to experiment. This ready to drink style cold brew is lighter in body than a cold brew concentrate, but the extra water does help to extract more from the coffee grounds, giving a different balance of flavors than the typical cold brew concentrate. Either way, the brewing process is exactly the same. If you have some cold brew equipment, like the toddy brewer, then you can simply follow the brewing process that we have covered earlier in another video. I'll link to that one just down below in the description. If you don't have a brewer, then you can still make cold brew using a saucepan, a sieve, and a paper filter. Start by adding coarse ground coffee and cold water to the saucepan using that 1:12 ratio I just mentioned. Stir them together, cover the pan, and leave it to brew for up to 24 hours. When the time is up, pour it first through a fine sieve to remove most of those coarse coffee grounds, and then through a paper filter to remove the finer particles, and pop that brew into the fridge to chill. Now it's time to charge the cold brew with nitrogen. The first device is a modified cream whipper. This will make up to about 500 ml of Nitro Cold Brew. You can buy these Nitropress online along with the nitrogen cartridges, and it is a great way to make small amounts and store it in the fridge at home. To use it, I find the brew best if chilled in the fridge first, then add the cold brew to the marked line. Insert the Nitro capsule into the handle, screw it down, and let it charge. Depending on the desired thickness of foam, multiple shakes for a few seconds with the mixture before dispensing the Nitro Cold Brew, I find is great for the finished product. The second device I'll show you is more expensive, like a lot more expensive, but it does allow you to serve large quantities of Nitro Cold Brew on tap, which is great for the cafe, a mobile coffee setup, or on the bar of your private yacht. Yo, where's my invite? What's more, it chills the coffee and draws the nitrogen from the air, so you don't even need to worry about rigging up gas cylinders. Really simple. You basically just plug it in, throw the hose into a container of cold brew, and there you go. Now, if you're going through a lot of nitro, then you could just keep the cold brew at room temperature. However, I would definitely recommend keeping the cold brew in a bar fridge or a cooler box for the best results. The alternative to this device, if you want to serve nitro on tap, is to use a keg system. It'll be cheaper to set up, and some homebrew shops already have special kits designed for Nitro Cold Brew. It will still take a little bit more DIY plumbing skills to use these setups though. Now, if all of that does sound like too much work, then there is one final option I haven't yet mentioned. You could just buy Nitro Cold Brew in a can. But finally, we're at my favorite part, the bonus recipe. Nitro Cold Brew has always looked alcoholic to me. So now let's look at a recipe that does make it alcoholic. Nitro Irish Coffee. We'll start with a 180 ml glass. Add 20 ml of whiskey, 20 ml of simple syrup. I'm gonna go with vanilla because I like that sweeter touch. Next, we'll pour in our Nitro Cold Brew, leaving a gap at the rim of the glass, and finally add some lightly whipped cream. Oh yeah, that does taste good. And if you're interested in more iced coffee recipes, then you should definitely check out the video just up here. And I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your Nitro Cold Brew.